movies. Welcome back to another great edition of this thing we call Operation Magic. I am one of your humble hosts, the one and only James Kemp, and he got the fist up in the air. Josh Dunn, what's up, buddy? It's been a
What's good,
week.
everybody? What's
Yeah,
good?
what's
What's
good?
good? What's good?
I hope y'all like the new format. We're just kind of winging shit these days.
Yeah, kicking it.
Yeah, it's still a podcast about Disney stuff, but there's much more than Disney. Like we said last time, we changed the format, and it's like I did recently on our Instagram with Cinderella with the Uno reverse card. Just when you think you've got our show figured out, we're going to drop that Uno reverse on your ass and show you what the show is all about.
Yeah, I for tonight I pitched this idea a while ago.
Oh, okay.
To you,
I'm in.
If I probably was forgotten.
Yeah, probably.
What we're gonna go over tonight is gonna cover multiple episodes. So, and it's gonna make for a good conversation because we're gonna eventually have to agree to keep this kind of part of the show moving.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And if it gets tough, I'll explain after what we're doing. After I explain this,
all right.
If we get to a part where we cannot agree, then we will not continue for that time frame, and we will put a poll up on Instagram.
Okay.
And determine the winner that way. For everything else, I think we're going to agree on.
So what do we got going? What do we have happening?
So in honor of March Madness.
Oh shit.
I have created a gigantic Disney Madness bracket.
Ooh, this is going to get fun. I like this.
So we are going to be representing 4 different spheres of Disney. We're going to have the Disney Legacy region, the parks region, the movies region, and the food region.
Ooh, this is going to be good.
We've got 64 things. So my goal, which I think is pretty good, is I think tonight we get through all of our round 1.
Okay, round 1
matchups.
Okay, round 1 shouldn't be too hard.
Yeah, I was a couple.
Okay, all right. Did the matchups match up okay? I hope to see this.
Yeah, I'll let AI do its thing.
Okay.
I had a couple I had to get in there, like that I had to make sure got in there. Our number 1 seeds, for the most part, are heavy. But there's a few sleeper picks in there, and I gotta say, bro, there's a couple that can be a Cinderella story.
The Cinderella, the Sweet 16. It's a Cinderella story.
An actual Cinderella story.
Okay, let's see.
So let's pull up what we got here.
I'm in. I'm game.
Let's pull up what we got.
Now, guys, if you have been following our Instagram, I haven't posted a lot of clips recently. There's been a lot of life shit happening as he's pulling this up. Oh, okay. I like this. Can we get it a little bit bigger?
We're going to try to zoom in as we go. So
fair enough.
You talk while I figure that out, actually.
So I've got a lot of stuff happening here, a lot of good stuff. But we just got to get through the beginning part of March, and we'll have some new clips for y'all. I know you love the clips. The one thing I'm going to say, hit our comments in the YouTube. Hit the comments in the YouTube, the Instagram. I want to see you all talking, especially with the March Madness. And if we're starting in Disney Legacy, oh god, you son of a bitch!
We're gonna kick this off with some. I gotta keep track of who's winning and who's losing here. So
you're killing me. You are killing
paperwork I can write on.
You're killing me with 1 in 16 already. Oh, son of a.
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna jump right in, guys, because I think going through all these first round matchups is gonna take a minute. We're going to, this isn't a debate necessarily between the two of us unless it comes up that we both feel passionately that the other person is wrong.
Yeah.
Because we're just trying to think of,
And this is what I'll tell you. send your brackets in. So you can write these down and write down yours and leave them in the comments on either Instagram or here on YouTube and let us know what you think, because this is going to get wild really fast.
Yeah, I'll say, look, if you, and this is, and I mean this, okay? So pay attention. I'm going to show you guys the whole bracket real quick, okay? So in this moment in this video, I want you to take a moment to look at this bracket. If you fill this in down to the final champion, okay? If you fill this in down to the final champion, so take a look at Legacy region. Let's go down to the Parks region. Give you a few seconds. You can obviously pause the video and write down what you got. We're going to scoot on over to the food section here. Okay.
Oh, man.
And then we're going to go up to the movie region. Okay.
Ooh, damn. That's a tough number one right there.
Okay. So here's my proposition. You have to do this. I'll give you the weekend if anybody wants to actually do this. And you'll get our first round picks here, so you'll have a leg up. But if you nail this bracket perfectly, I'll send you $50.
Oh, Nikes!
I'll just straight up send you $50. PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, whatever.
Now, what if like eight people hit it? Are you giving $8 $50 bills out?
The first person that sends me a picture of a filled in bracket before we're done with the series. So it'll take until we're done to figure out if you're correct or not. But I'll send you $50.
And here's what I'll do. I'll have Josh send me this, and I will post it, or he can post it on the Instagram, just the picture of this, and you guys can fill out this bracket. You can print it at home, however you want to do it. But we want to see this, and yes, $50 to the first person who gets it spot on. Now, does it matter how they get there?
Well, there's only one way to get there. You have to get them all right. You know
all right.
I mean? So if we end up with, like, the only way you can end up with, you have to have a perfect bracket for $50.
Okay,
you have to have a perfect bracket. Yeah, and the odds of that are really
slim.
You have to be really in tune with how dumb we are. So you have to really think about what we're going to pick, not what you're going to pick, what we are going to pick. That's where this kind of gets.
And I will tell you, the first since we're starting the legacy bracket, that is going to be the hard 1 in 16 are going to be the hardest ones for me, I think, on this right now.
Okay, so let's kick it off, man, because I think it's really tough. I mean, when it put Walt's Bench versus a Disneyland Railroad, I immediately went to Walt's Bench because I've never been on the Disneyland Railroad.
See, and this is where it's hard for me, because instantly my heart says Walt's Bench because that's where it all started. But then I've ridden the Disneyland Railroad. That's something that's like a 3-time a trip type thing for me. Like, that's, if I'm there 4 days, that's once a day I'm riding it damn near, because it's one of those things that is so iconic. And
I just feel like Walt's Bench cannot be taken out by something you can ride.
All right, so, and I can almost agree to that, but this is where my heart is divided. Now, you have the journey through, the panoramic of the dinosaurs and all that of time at the end. You have all the iconic stops of the way that drops you off, obviously, at the park. But you also have the Lily Bell car, where that's like private seating. That's amazing. It's just, that's such an iconic ride, and it ties into Walt's love of trains. He had to have a train in the park. Walt's Bench did not get put into the park until later on, and that's why I'm hard with it. But Walt's Bench is going to win out anyways, because without that bench, we would not have Disneyland or the parks in general. So for me, it's going to be the bench. But it's really hard because 16, it's like, I would have put like the railroad at like a 4 seed for me, but that's but 16.
Yeah, I remember there's a lot of iconic stuff, and we've got a lot of big matchups down the line here.
Yes, yes, we do.
So we're gonna have bench move on. Agree?
Bench moves on.
Okay, so 8 and 9 is another toss-up because this is a quote directly from Walt, and really sums up how this whole thing began.
It does.
And that opening day broadcast, it's just it's just so cool.
It's really cool. See, the reason I like If You Can Dream It, You Can Do It. It was used in Blades of Glory.
True.
It,
I forgot
it
about
was, and I just when I saw that, I'm
Great
like,
Disney
oh,
movie. Great Disney
all
movie.
all I could hear is John Hatter's character saying saying, "If you can dream it, you can do it." I'm like, oh, but the opening day broadcast was so iconic, and this is where it gets tough because 8 and 9 they're so close in seating. Walt had a lot of great quotes, and it's really one of those things that, like, Walt was a dreamer. He had the dreaming tree, and he did put his heart and mind into it, though it almost bankrupted him. I'm going to have to go with the opening day broadcast, honestly.
Okay. I'm so torn that I'll let that slide. So I'll go broadcast too. I'll agree with
Yeah,
you.
but
That's not
because
where I want to really dig in and have a big
yeah, well,
back
and
and forth
the
about.
idea is we don't have a bracket buster yet, but the idea with that is that broadcast really gave us an insight to what was happening. We saw the Disney pictures, we saw the movies, but that gave you an insight to Walt's true imagination, his
True.
real heart. So that's why I went there.
Okay.
All right, the Sherman Brothers or When You Wish Upon a Star. Oh, dear Lord, we might have our first bracket buster.
It's a single iconic song versus the creators of many,
I know.
many iconic songs. Yes. So, but we're talking the song.
And Cliff Edwards made that song. That was the only movie that Cliff Edwards was in. That was the only song he ever sung. Was When You Wish Upon a Star. You hear Jiminy Cricket singing that every time I hear that song. That's who I hear singing it.
God, man, yeah,
That's tough because then you get songs like Feed the Birds. You get supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. You get all the ending verse that was written for It's a Small World. There's so much
well,
there.
fair, easy enough.
As soon as I said Small World, I knew where you went. When You Wish Upon a Star.
No, I think 12 takes it here, man.
Yeah, 12 does to me.
It's if you would have picked another song, it wouldn't have probably flown.
Gosh, no.
But all right.
I'm taking
a Star goes on, and
I'm
they
taking
are
13 over 4.
They are the star right now. You're taking 13 over 4?
13 over 4.
Over the main castle. The centerpiece of
Disney World. Yes. And here's why. So the monorail was ahead of its time. There were monorails all across the world, and Disneyland got their monorail, and it's its own technology. What Disney World did is they made it to where you could make stops at the hotel. Now, the Disneyland monorail used to have its own bar, used to have its own lore. There's a whole lore behind the monorail at Disneyland. But they took the idea from Disneyland and made it better. They expanded it and made it. You think about it. Before the Skyliner was there, the monorail was the main mode of transportation, besides the boats, besides the extra little things, and it was your transportation to and from the park.
I think we have our first Instagram poll.
Yeah.
Because I have to stand up for this castle, bro.
Okay.
I mean, we're talking about the one thing you will definitely take a picture with.
Yeah.
Over everything else. And it's the fucking castle. Like, it's the castle. I think the castle could go on to be in, like, the final 4 here.
I could see that, but I still think the monorail, man.
Okay, so if you're not budging on monorail, I'm for sure not budging on castle.
Okay.
So we're gonna go
take that to a poll.
Castle, monorail,
and whatever the poll decides is what we will go.
Yeah, that's how we roll, right?
Yep.
So the poll will decide that matchup there.
I think we're going to be split on the next 2 as well.
Okay.
Actually, all the way down. I think we're going to be split.
let me start then.
Okay.
I'll start this next one. The Renaissance, Disney Renaissance, which what a pull by ChatGPT to throw
Right.
an era in there. That's pretty. That's
Who? Well, I mean,
but
that's hard to argue. It really is.
I'm saying that the Disney cast members could go on to win the entire fucking tournament.
Me too, because and I don't think we're split then, because I just want to say flat out cast members, because I was a cast member, and I know, like, this from my heart, like, I know what it takes to live that dream. You have to live to cast members. When I was there, and if you go back to our episode with Katie, we talked about the golden era of cast members. I was in that last golden era of cast members where the heart of Walt was still there. I'm not saying it's not there today, but there are segments of the parks, the stores, wherever it is, that don't have the heart like it used to. But if you get to the core of every cast member, it's what would Walt do? What would Walt want you to do? How would Walt do this? And it's a living, breathing entity, not just the people, but the idea of being a cast member. And
now,
I think
where the AI ChatGPT got it right in this selection was, if you would have put Disney legacy cast members, you would have had a runaway.
Oh gosh.
Win. So you
have 100%.
You have to take into consideration all the cast members, and all of them are not great.
No.
They're not all great. I mean, we do have some. Every profession's got its duds.
Just like every team, every team in the tournament this year, they'll have some okay players, but there'll be those teams that get to the Sweet 16, they get to the Final Four, and you have no damn clue how they got there.
So it's the legacy cast members that are going to carry cast member team deep into this. Into this matchup. So we've got the cast members like crushing Renaissance in an upset 11 versus 6.
Yeah. Now this is where we may differ on 3 and 14.
Well, hey, I'll let you go, but I got.
I'm taking 33.
No way. And
this is why I'm not dogging WDW opening day, because that was a feat all in itself. But the idea before all the money, and this is where it becomes unobtainable, and this is why I think the next round, Club 33 may not make it out, if they even make it at all out of this round. But that was Walt's private club. He wanted that to be attached to the apartment above Pirates. There's a whole thing about Club 33. And without Club 33, you wouldn't have all these other places that you would have to have money to get into. It's like that rich team that has a bad year. You know, that college, like a Duke or North Carolina.
I just think about how you're gonna hate from outside the club. You can't even get in.
That is true.
I cannot, in good conscience, pick something that I can never even come close to experiencing.
But we'll never experience opening day, like we never experienced Disneyland's opening day. No, we'll never experience.
No, but like that's a time thing.
It is.
You know what I mean?
But here's the thing I will say, and this is what made WDW's opening day special. They pulled cast members from Disneyland. This goes into the cast member thing. And we already have, yes, the park was already envisioned by Walt before he died. Roy finished it out. But if it wasn't for the cast members, which we already have up top at the 11th seed, the park wouldn't have been as successful as it has been. The cast members make that park, not just the attractions.
Are you willing to budge and let opening day slide past the first round? Because
I'm willing. I'm willing.
I'm adamantly against Club 33 making it past the first round.
Okay, I'm willing to budge.
If you want to send another poll.
No, I don't want to send another poll, but I would say
this one is not as hard as.
Now, our good buddy Lou over at Two Marines Through Disney, he did have an opportunity from the powers that be at Disney to send him to Club 33 without the cost, but he got in for free. But the cost was there in food. It was like $500 for like 2 people.
Oh, dude, we gotta think about the people, the
people, yeah, the GP. So I'll let it slide.
Okay, next up we've got Disney Fireworks versus Walt's Apartment Lamp, and I feel like because the bench to me is more iconic than the lamp. Disney and fireworks, it's just they go hand in hand. I mean,
But you
they've
have
got fireworks
fireworks for
down better than,
everything.
but they got them down better than anybody in the
They
world.
they do. Well, they no longer use sulfur fireworks. It's like smokeless fireworks. You don't have that sulfur smell anymore. Now, here's my argument for the light, and this is where I hope you get to budge. Walt's bench, yes, it's iconic. It's one of the most iconic things you'll ever be able to see, touch, feel, be around. But that lamp has much more significance in many ways in the parks than the bench does. The bench, yes, set us in motion to get the park, because that's why he sat down and envisioned Disneyland while watching his kids play. That lamp was a reminder that Walt is here all the time. He's always there. Yes, his name's on everything, but that's the constant reminder when you walk in that park that Uncle Walt is watching you.
But I think to myself, like you said before, what would Walt want?
Right.
And if he had to choose between his own lamp and the whole story behind it and the fireworks, I bet he'd let the fireworks.
I think he would go fireworks. No doubt in my mind.
There's something about how it brings your family together, how special it is, how important it is to close out your day watching those fireworks with your family, your kids. Well, I'm down to let this one be another decider.
Here's the other thing that I will say. You get fireworks Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You know what I mean? Sure. You have Walt's lamp every day. And so if you go to the parks not on a weekend, you don't get that experience of the fireworks or even Fantasmic or whatever parade, whatever's going on that has, pyro, and of that nature. Walt is always felt in the park. Now, I'm willing to let it go be a poll, if you are, because it's one of those things that I'm iffy on. Because it's like, I get what you're saying, because I love standing wherever I can stand to watch fireworks. I used to stand at Fantasmic. I used to watch the fireworks from Fantasmic because, you don't see our castle, but you can still see the fireworks and hear them. Because you want to be there for the second showing of Fantasmic and have a good spot to be. You stand there, you watch fireworks, and you stand in your spot for like an hour waiting. But that's what it used to be. Now, to me, this one could almost be another upset, but there's an iconic saying that goes with number 2.
So, well, real quick, my last point on the other one is I hated fireworks until my daughter was born.
See, okay.
I found fireworks shows to be totally useless. I'll go ride rides. But the whole point of Disney is to bring families a little closer together. And I never appreciated that until I watched her watch a fireworks show.
When I was a kid, I loved them. When I got back from overseas, I hated them. When I worked there, I wasn't a huge fan of them because I had to learn to deal with them again. But when I had kids, I can see that watching my kids' eyes light up, that was something very important.
Now, Now this next one, 2 and 15, like you said.
Ooh.
So the problem here is,
go ahead.
I think if the mouse would have gotten anything else except cast members or Imagineering on this list, the mouse would have went pretty far. I find Mickey, and this may be the hottest take that we've talked about so far, because I find Mickey Mouse to be extremely important to Disney. Obviously, the mouse is extremely important, but you can't pick the creation and let the creators be out.
All right. This is where...
But we're talking about the original creation. Well,
right. Second. This is where I struggle with this because, yes, you're right. Imagineering is great. And without the Imagineers, we would not have the parks. But Walt said it himself. Never forget that it all started with a mouse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Without that mouse, without Steamboat Willie, without all of those Mickey Mouse shorts, before we got Snow White, we would not be sitting here today talking.
But it didn't all start with the mouse. It started with the idea, the dream, the imagination to create the mouse. Which is the whole point of Imagineering. The mouse just doesn't pop out of nowhere. You have to imagine it. You have to dream it. You have to, like we're
Right,
talking. Imagineering to me sums up all Walt's creative thinking and process.
but here's the deal with Imagineering, and you know me in Imagineers. Like I'm an Imagineer guy. Oh man,
It's a tough matchup.
It is, and my favorite Imagineer. Well, my three favorite Imagineers of all time would be Existencio, Marty Sklar, and we do know who my other one is, Bob Gurr. Now, without Bob Gurr, we would not have the Doom Buggies, we would not have Autopia, we would not have the Matterhorn, we wouldn't have all these great iconic attractions, right? We wouldn't even have the Disneyland Fire Engine, which was Walt's last approval for of something. But without that mouse, you would have never got those guys. You would never got those people. You would have never got a Mary Blair. You would have never gotten an Alice Davis or even a Leota Toombs. You wouldn't have had any of those people. The mouse is the iconic. Is like everywhere you look at Disney. Like I'm looking at stuff even in my office right now. I have a baseball from Disneyland's 60th anniversary. Who's on in between the 6 and the 0? Mickey Mouse. I have a cake topper up here on my stand. Up, dropping Jack dropped. But I have this cake topper that was on my grandparents'.
Well, I'm not debating if Mickey Mouse is important because, I mean, we're talking about the most iconic character of all time across any thing outside of Disney. You know what I mean? Mickey Mouse is recognized worldwide, everywhere, by everyone.
Right.
Maybe not in North Korea, but mostly everywhere.
Not North Korea, but you just hit the nail on the head. Mickey Mouse is the most recognizable character across the globe. The Imagineers are not. See what I'm saying?
So I'll agree to let the mouse. I did my diligence of sticking up for the Imagineering team, and it's just like I said, anybody else on this list, like if it was opening day versus Imagineering, if it was
it would have been Imagineering all day long.
It's just that you got the 15 seed against one of the juggernauts, the mouse himself, the Michael Jordan of Disney World. So what are you gonna do? Well, for you young kids, I should say not Michael Jordan, but no, Michael Jordan, because that's the
Michael Jordan. Yeah, exactly, right.
So we're gonna
he's like the Dr. J before Michael Jordan. He's like that guy. And that's the hard thing. I can go down a litany of lists: Raleigh Crump, Mark Davis, Alice Davis, Kim Irvine, Bob Gurr. You have Joe Rohde. You have all these wonderful Imagineers, but it wouldn't be without the mouse that they're there. And man, he is a juggernaut. I think he's going to have a tough sledding in the next couple rounds.
He's got his work cut out for him. A lot of these first round picks are going to be they're tough. They're going into tough matchups next.
All week. Right. So what's the next region, my friend? Parks region.
So we're going down to the Parks region where I looked through it briefly. I try not to look a lot, but what I did see, in my opinion, there's a few softballs, and then there's a few it's good. It's a good mix.
Yeah.
So I asked it to not do this, but it did anyway. I'll tell you what. Let's pull an audible here. We're gonna get rid of the castle monorail poll because it looks like it did the castle twice.
Okay.
And that's the only thing that's in here 2 times. So
monorail goes.
We're gonna. Well, you wanted the monorail, right?
Well, actually, the monorail's on there twice as well. Disney monorail.
Is it?
Yeah, it's on there twice.
Oh, it is. Okay. So anything we see twice, that's one for each thing. Everything for the most part is gonna be pretty well mixed. But if we see it twice, we'll treat it as a buy for the next.
Yep. There we go. That works.
Unless that team was eliminated earlier. So if you want to keep monorail, I'm in favor of the castle crushes Figment.
Yeah, the castle's going to crush Figment all day long.
The castle can move on there, and we'll keep the monorail from earlier.
All right, that works.
So we don't need to pull that. We only have one pull then with fireworks versus the lamp. So we got monorail moving on from the first round, and then we're going to have the castle being like a 65-10 game. I am a Figment fan. It's just, I mean,
Yeah, so am I.
you're not Mickey Mouse. You're going up against the castle.
Yeah,
So
you're.
you gotta be a heavy five. You know what I mean? One of the
Yeah.
starters can't be third string in there. So
No. And Figment was an afterthought. He was a few years down the road when it came down to it, and the castle was there from the start. So that's a perfect. I'll take that trade off. Now the
now we
8
get
and
into a tough
9.
one. We get into a tough one.
I'm taking the Jungle Cruise.
And I'm taking the bubble.
I'm a Jungle Cruise guy, and here's the reason why. The Jungle Cruise is one of those things that was so iconic due to the fact that Walt Disney wanted something from his True Life Adventure series. And that's where the Jungle Cruise came from. And then what they did in Disneyland, they were stealing trees from the freeway to put them in the attraction. And then they turned trees upside down to make them look like they're exotic from the jungle. And then you wouldn't have Trader Sam's without, well, Trader Sam from the Jungle Cruise. There's a lot there that literally makes it happen. Now, the bubble, I can argue the bubble too. The bubble's great. I love staying on the bubble. We all love it because there's so much to do within it. But where do you get the most fun puns in the whole park?
I definitely, that's why I said this is tough. I definitely love Jungle Cruise. I definitely think it's an amazing attraction. I have to lean the bubble, and I think we're gonna have
I have a poll.
our poll for the first round in the parks region because like the thing that is hard for me is I will rarely put attractions over non-attraction things. Like when you talk about like the Disney
Right.
bubble, it's a whole vibe. It's a whole
Right.
It's a like it's not a tangible thing.
Right.
It's an idea. So to me, that idea of the bubble and what it does for just my effect of traveling to Disney,
All right.
I have to. I mean, the bubble to me is a super strong candidate. So I think we let the people decide. Bubble versus Jungle Cruise, and we'll go with, of course, whatever they
go with
deem worthy. So
all right. Now
we'll move on to Rise and Main Street.
So this is where we're going to get another upset. Don't call it a comeback because Main Street USA is going to topple Rise of the Resistance in my eyes. 100%.
I agree. It's hard to be any attraction versus Main Street, and if you are going to be an attraction, you can't be something new. You've got to be something that carries a little bit.
You have to be a heavy hitter. You have to be like an opening day attraction, like the Matterhorn. I could have seen the Matterhorn fighting this out. But here's the thing. I was on the original Main Street USA in Marceline, Missouri, and it is as close to what you'll get from the turn of the century. I've been to the original Coke Corner. Everything that Walt wanted to imagine, yes, he dreamed it a little bit different because he wanted it to look like when he grew up. Now, have things changed probably from that time? Obviously, yes. But being there, feeling and understanding what Main Street meant to Walt, I get it. I get it 100%, bro.
So that's an easy one.
Space Mountain automatically goes on.
Space Mountain automatically goes on. It crushes the monorail. Hopefully, the monorail doesn't see Space Mountain as
later on
because you're talking.
Now here's the only argument I would have because the other one is WDW's monorail. This one is Disney monorail in general. If you go into the lore and the history of it, I would see it taking down Space Mountain, but we have the one up top, so I'm okay with that.
Okay. Easy. We've got Guardians Cosmic Rewind versus Tiana / Splash Legacy. So this is including the ride itself and what it's kind of been through.
11/6 all day.
Oh man,
I was a Splash cast member, dude. That ride.
Guardians is the best ride at Disney World.
Okay, yeah, I can understand that.
The best ride in all of Disney World. So the problem with knocking out Cosmic Rewind is that it doesn't have a legacy behind it, but man, is it?
Oh, I don't.
I mean, it's the best ride. I mean, and
I,
it's hands down across the board for a lot of people.
I'm not disagreeing to that, but when you have a legacy like Splash and it was replaced by another kind of iconic movie to some degree, it yes, you lose some of that, but man,
And that's
the,
my favorite ride before. I mean, like before it changed, Splash Mountain was like my
oh,
favorite ride of
Splash
all
Mountain, I
time.
would ride that thing over, and I rode it 16 times with my oldest son. Like we rode it like 10 times in a row. Then Pooh is right across the way from our Splash, so we ran over to Pooh, rode Pooh like 4 times, and then went back and rode and closed Splash for the night.
We're
Like
gonna
we
have
were
to we're gonna have to
drenched.
pull it, bro.
Yeah,
I can't move because I mean the thing with changing it is a ding to me.
yeah, I
Um,
agree. I agree to that.
so and I think that when you ride Guardians,
Right,
um, I'm not saying your mind will change, but you will understand like
right.
what kind of ride we're dealing with here. I mean that is a so we're gonna go Guardians versus Splash poll, and we're gonna do these throughout the week. So we're not gonna just
Yeah.
drop a bunch of polls.
No, we're
We'll,
gonna
we'll
drop one a day.
we only have this is our third one,
Yeah.
so and I don't see us getting to be too out of control here, but we are gonna have to like pick and choose what we give and take.
Yeah.
But this is gonna be that the one so far, fireworks versus lamp pole. That's going to be an insane choice. The Disney Bubble versus Jungle Cruise poll, and now Guardians versus Splash. These are all good
They're good polls.
matchups that we want to see what you guys kind of think.
So 3 is going to topple 14 in my eyes.
Thank you. Thank you. I 100% agree. Pirates is one of those iconic
Well,
rides to me.
at Disneyland, it was the last ride that Walt worked on. So that automatically in my head, that just wipes out parades. But it's a great dad nap ride if you had a long day and you've ridden that ride twice or 3 times over already. And you're like, I just need a quick air conditioned nap for 15 minutes, and hopefully you're delayed a little bit getting up and back into the queue. You have a couple extra minutes, man. I'm all for it.
Pirates was my daughter's first ride as an infant.
Oh, rad.
We made sure that was the first thing she rode. We recorded the whole thing. It's on my wife and I's YouTube channel, Magic Done Right. We recorded the whole first ride. She loved it. I think she was 8 months old at the time. If you didn't know, Pirates is one of those rides, if you're listening, that you can take your kid any height on.
Yep.
So we just held her and we're worried about the drop at first, but she loved it. But so when you're fighting against that, as far as me personally, it's gonna be hard for me to pick against my daughter's first ever ride.
Right.
So I mean, I care about the whole what worked on it and last and all that stuff, but to me in my life, that's a solid pick for me. Now this next matchup's more in my realm.
I'm just going to do it this way because you'll see where I'm going. You're about to enter another dimension, a dimension of not only sight and sound, but of mind. It is a middle ground between light and shadow, between science and superstition, and it lies between the pit of man's fears and the summit of his knowledge. This dimension of imagination, you're traveling into a world of mystery where the rules of reality do not apply. Do you know where my head is at?
Yeah, World Showcase.
Nope.
I'm kind of willing to budge on this, but I mean,
here's
the World Showcase is
it's iconic.
I don't think any ride can beat the World Showcase. Any ride.
If any ride could, it would be Tower, and this is why. So we don't have it at California anymore. We have a Guardians of the Galaxy, Mission Breakout, which is a wonderful ride. But Tower of Terror was one of my all-time favorite rides, and it's due to the fact that they took Twilight Zone. Nobody thought Twilight Zone would be risen from the dead of the archives of the 50s and 60s television era and brought to Disney in a way that it was. Now, the movie sucked, don't get me wrong. The Tower of Terror movie with, Bill Paxton and Kirsten Dunst. But when you could take a 1930s hotel and turn it into this dusty, old looking, rundown hotel. Make it this attraction that people beloved. Like you should have heard the outcry when Avengers Campus was coming, and they changed that whole ride.
Now, let me stop you for a second and see if I
Yeah.
can get you on my side.
All right.
I'm thinking in the future here. Okay, so
Okay.
hear me out. I think you give me World Showcase because
Okay.
I think our debate is going to be a lot harder on the next matchup when World Showcase has to go against probably the Haunted Mansion.
Yeah, two's already moving on.
So, and that means the second round we're going to have to debate what we're debating now versus the Haunted Mansion. So
I wouldn't debate it. It's not even a debate to me. 7 or 10 against the Mansion automatically loses in my head.
that's what I'm saying. So you should then lean.
Let me
kind of have this one because
I'll let you have this one. All right,
because
I'll
the World Showcase, I don't think Tower of Terror is the ride to beat the World Showcase, but I do see some rides on here that I can agree with that will take.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Are you down with that?
Okay. I'm okay with that. I'll let that one slide because we've already decided. Even looking at it, even when I saw that, I just laughed.
Tree of Life moves on, right? Tree of Life.
Right. No, Bob Gurr would slap me.
Okay, so that sums up our parks section.
Parks.
We've got the castle. We've got a poll with the Disney Bubble and Jungle Cruise. We've got Main Street USA being, I think, the lowest
seed.
Lowest seed. Space Mountain moving on. Guardians and Splash Pole. We got Pirates moving on. World Showcase moving on, and the Haunted Mansion at
so we've got two.
Number 2.
We pulled 2 polls out of there.
Yeah, that's not bad.
No, not bad at all.
As long as we don't go over 7 because we only have 7 days in the week.
Right.
But that's all right. Now, the movie region where I don't think we will probably disagree
on much.
On too much, but
I think this is the bracket. I think this is the bracket that literally there probably won't be any upsets. Well, I see one possibly, but you and I are probably going to argue over it.
I see some arguments, but I don't see some heavy arguments. So let's just get past Mufasa eating Bambi.
Yeah, that happens. Yeah, because I can't argue Bambi.
When you put this in basketball terms, I mean, we've gone through on the whole left side of the bracket. The Lion King is going to be a big problem because we're connected now to our childhood.
Yeah.
The French. I mean, the movie is just. It's hard to beat the Lion King at anything.
Yeah, so it is.
It's gonna be tough, and then we're gonna roll into the Avengers 2012.
I'm taking Tangled.
I'm
taking Tangled. Here's the reason why. The Avengers was not the first Marvel movie that Disney did. Now, had you put Iron Man up there, it would have been a fight. Because
not even Iron Man. If you would have put Endgame, we're talking the most rewatched fight scene of all time.
Oh gosh!
I mean, we're talking when you think of cinema, you think of Cap.
Yeah.
About the fight, Thanos' army alone, with no problem with it.
Yep.
And then the homies coming out of left field.
Just straps up that shield. I've used that meme for our Instagram.
So 2012 Avengers, I'm willing to. Tangled's a great movie. But even Tangled, I mean, it's close because you're going to have to be a little bit heavier hitter than Tangled to make it past after this.
I think the heavy hitters, because I see 5 beating 12. I don't see Finding Nemo going up against Aladdin.
So that's where we're at now. So we're going to go into Aladdin and Finding Nemo. And Finding Nemo.
It's a great movie.
And can we just give ChatGPT a round of applause for the way they seeded these movies? Because
they did a good job.
When you put Aladdin versus Finding Nemo, it does make you think for a second because Finding Nemo is iconic enough to get its own ride.
Yeah, it is. It is.
And you've got plenty of characters similar to Aladdin that are taking the people's childhoods by storm.
And you know I will tell you this much: with Aladdin, they had the longest running stage show at the Hyperion Theater at Disneyland. They had a dinner theater in Adventureland at Disneyland, and then they closed that down, and they gave it a stage play over at the Hyperion, and it was there for like 15 years. It was like the longest running stage show.
And
Like,
I'll be the normie in this because you know, I don't have any of that kind of information, but I will say it's going to be tough to beat Robin Williams.
yeah.
So when you're talking about who voiced these characters, but then you got to think when you're looking back up at number one.
But I think it could tangle. I think five. I think that we're gonna have a debate on that when we get to round two. Round three.
You got quite the voice actor in Mufasa as well.
You do. You have some great actors in all of those voice acting. Those voice acting crews that they had for those cast. Oh my god, that's gonna be a debate. That's gonna be a homework fight. You know what I mean?
Yes. So now we've got Beauty and the Beast versus The Incredibles, and I gotta tell you, my gut reaction was The Incredibles.
So is mine, to be honest. I mean, honestly,
I enjoy the movie. I love the movie.
I look at this. Look at that. That's a baby Jack Jack. I have a Jack Jack. Come on.
And when you're talking princess movies, okay, Beauty and the Beast, iconic movie,
great movie.
But I can't let all these princesses get away with just beating people up.
No, God, no.
Okay, so I see some other princesses on the list that to me rank up a bit higher. I'm not a big Beauty and the Beast fan, although I was Beast for Halloween this past year. My daughter was Belle.
I mean,
see, so we are fans.
Yeah.
But I just enjoy The Incredibles story.
I love The Incredibles. It's such a fun movie.
It is.
The second one was great too. So I see The Incredibles upsetting Beauty and the Beast.
This next one is easy for me also.
All right, let's hear it.
We got Curse of the Black Pearl to me.
Okay.
I can't get conscious put it above Inside Out. We're talking like.
No, I love Inside Out. Inside Out
it's a great movie, but it's not better than Black Pearl.
I think it is, and this is why. This also has you talk about sentimental stuff, right? You talk about sentimental stuff with your daughter. Our first family trip to Disneyland as a family without the boys, we got to see at the old AMC Theater in the Disney Bubble. Right by the Earl of Sandwich right there. We went and saw opening night of Inside Out. It wasn't any big hoopla or anything. It had opened in Hollywood, you know, had their big opening. And we got to see it opening night at midnight at the AMC Theater. And my girls loved it. They fell in love with it. And
I will say it's a great way for Disney to kind of tackle emotion.
Yeah, it is.
You know, so we'll pull that one because the Pirates franchise to me is...
Oh, Pirates franchise is great.
It's just so good. And
Black Pearl is the best out of all of them.
Black Pearl's, it's the best out of all of them. So Inside Out is a great movie, but to me, it's not like one of those top tier movies.
No.
So we'll let people decide.
This is another one we're going to have, I think, either a small debate or a poll on. I'm taking Coco over Frozen.
I'm not moving on Frozen.
I knew you wouldn't.
I can't let it go. I can't let it go. My daughter is geared up in her Elsa stuff. She's got Elsa Anna in the crib right now while she's sleeping. I'm going to ride or die with my Frozen gang.
Now, I will tell you, out of the recent releases of the last several years, Coco was one of the best. One of the best releases. And for me, I know if we put it to a poll, I bet you Frozen's going to smash it. But I'm not moving off of Coco.
It's going to a poll. Like I said, out of all the movies, I will my favorite is The Lion King and Toy Story.
Yeah.
But even with Frozen in the mix,
that's tough.
I think about dancing with my daughter in the living room, screaming "Let It Go" a billion times. And there's only one other movie on this list that we haven't gotten to yet that I will also just dig my heels in for. And that's what we're up to next.
Oh, okay. So
I see what's happening here. Your face of greatness and it's strange.
See, but
it's adorable.
I'm taking 7, and this is why.
Be clear.
Star Wars eclipses Moana through generations. Han shot first, and Star Wars is so great that they've had to do special editions. They've had to re-release it. Moana's very new, and you're going up against a goated movie, a goated series of movies.
We are talking A New Hope
Yeah,
No,
the very
we're
first one.
we're not talking Star Wars franchise and how
No,
many. We're talking A New Hope versus Moana, and I am. If you would have chosen another Star Wars movie,
I wouldn't have.
if you would have got me into pod racing, I
I
might have been leaning on my childhood video games a little bit. But
right.
but I will pull this shit too,
All
man.
right, pull
I'm
that one.
down.
We've pulled 3 out of this one, just so you're aware.
And I don't care. I don't care. Versus Moana. And I'm just
Don't get me wrong,
those are the
Moana.
only two that I really feel passionate about.
Well,
Or and I never thought I'd be arguing for fucking Frozen and
right,
Moana out here at midnight on a Disney fucking
podcast, right?
madness
Yeah.
bracket. But
Well, and see, and I
a little girl dad, she's only 2.5, bro. So we gotta
this is where
gotta
I'm
go to
torn.
things.
This is where I'm torn because I remember laying on the couch when Moana came out during COVID and watching it with my son, my oldest son, and he used to call it Mona. But then I have my youngest son who legitimately loves everything Star Wars and A New Hope. I got him watching New Hope and he was hooked. So it's like
Good.
I'm really like don't get me wrong, I'm torn on this. So I can go either way, but I'm leaning into New Hope, man.
And you want to pull it. You don't want to give me Moana.
Nope, because I'm giving you the next one. I'm with you on 2. Toy Story is going to crush Hercules.
To me, it was closer than I thought it'd be. Because Hercules is that movie. Like if it would have put Atlantis on here, or if it would have put Treasure Planet, versus Toy Story, I would have thought like, Hercules is in that same category to me, where I really love the movie, but we're going up against the GOAT.
But the first Pixar movie, the first full length Pixar movie.
Right. And I'm a Hercules fan, so you know,
so am I.
For him in this round, but you get slapped in the forehead by these guys.
You know, and this is how much I love Toy Story. Like, look, I've got this. I've got lots of. I mean, look at this.
Do you know what I have to say to my daughter before she will even go down her slide she has in her room?
What's that?
I have to hold her back, and I go to infinity, and she says and beyond, and I push her down because I've been doing that since she was a baby.
Oh, there you go.
And now it's in. I'm working. You see what I mean? I'm working on that wiring of her brain. You know, Toy Story.
Now, had you had Monsters Inc. on there, it would have been tough.
Now, final bracket.
Okay.
We're in my realm now, big guy. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I'm a foodie too. Don't get me wrong.
I know. I'm just messing with you. So we've got.
But you like them pickles.
We've got the food region, and I'm gonna be real with you. Some of these I've never tried and won't have a big opinion on. So if you have, then it'll be pretty easy to persuade me.
Okay.
But I am a fan of Dole Whip. I don't even like pickles.
I hate cucumbers, but I love pickles. And that Disney pickle is great, but Dole Whip wins it every time.
I get the Disney pickle every time I buy tickets. So we're gonna go Dole Whip.
The green weenie. The gray stuff and the pretzel.
The gray stuff. I'm leaning more towards iconic, bro. Disney pretzel.
Yeah, pretzel. Yeah, that's where I'm at.
Pretzel's more iconic to me, right? All right, so we're cruising.
I've never had the Ohana noodles, but I've had the blue milk.
And the blue milk is Star Wars.
Yes.
In Galaxy, that's right. So I've never had the Ohana noodles. I never had the blue milk.
Blue milk's okay.
I don't think of getting a bottle of milk when I'm out in the park.
Neither do I. So
but I can go for a bowl of noodles. You know
all right. Have you had the school bread? I've never had it.
No, and even if I did, I'm a turkey leg guy.
So
it's just iconic park food.
It is, but here it is for me with the turkey legs. As of late, they become garbage and they're not very good. They're like they explode in your hand. They're greasy as hell, and it's just like not. It doesn't taste like they used to. They feel like they're overdone. But I'm going to take the turkey legs. So I know it's going to get crushed in the next round. Within the next 2 rounds.
Disney school bread. Oh, it's like a custard.
Yeah, no, I hate custard, so F that.
Oh, it's like a custard. Okay, so we're gonna go turkey leg. I'm down with that. I still love them. Mickey waffles and popcorn buckets.
Oh shit! This is where it gets tough because I love a Mickey waffle. I love the Mickey waffles, bro.
Nah, Mickey waffles to me crushes popcorn buckets.
Well,
Just because of like when you were a kid, you could go and for breakfast, like those little details of what Disney does. They don't just give you a waffle; they give you a Mickey waffle. That's
do.
awesome. And then the whole thing with the popcorn buckets, it's exploded into
Yeah, it is. It
a
is.
whole nightmare of weird people collecting like 50 as they're going through the parks to resell them on eBay. It's created a whole culture of like
It really has
weird resellers. So
I've got a couple of the buckets. I have the Elliot from the Electric Parade, and I have the Mickey horn player from the holidays.
But we're in agreement. We can let Mickey Waffles take this first round.
Yeah. Churros.
I have a Mickey waffle maker, by the way.
Hell yeah. Churros are going to beat Ronto Wraps. I'm not a Ronto Wrap guy.
Okay, I agree. Churros.
I always have to get my churro gear over at Maurice's Treats right there by the Sleeping Beauty's castle. It's like a churro donut. It's the best thing in the world. Now, this is where it gets a little crazy because you have Guest-owned cinnamon roll, which is huge. It's amazing. And then you have, I would just say festival booths in general because everything at Disney California Adventure and Epcot, you have food booths.
This food booth pull from ChatGPT is a sleeper pull. When you're talking about farts and these different festivals that Epcot pulls off, you're not dealing with a couple booths. You're dealing the food they serve. The drinks they serve is amazing from all different countries.
Yeah.
I mean, this festival booths to me so far can take out everything else we've gone through.
Oh yeah. So I mean, because I've done Food and Wine, I've done Lunar New Year, I've done the ones at Disneyland at DCA, and I tell you what, for $40 or $50, you get your little lanyard, and you get 8 tabs to go try food or drink, and you don't get alcoholic beverages. That's a whole different lanyard. But that lanyard gives you the opportunity to go try stuff for like $40 or $50. And I tell you what, when I went to Food and Wine the year I did that, I got steak and potatoes, I got a dessert, and I had a drink, and I had something else, and I split it with my friends from Kentucky, the Davis family, the Mama Julie. I took 4, she took 4, and we both were able to get a meal for like $20, and it was so worth it.
You put that against the cinnamon roll? Come on.
Yeah, no, 100%. I'm taking the boots.
Nobody likes Gaston's ass anyway, bro.
Yeah, Gaston's an asshole.
Now we've got.
This is where 15 and 2. God.
We've got true iconic, the most iconic food on here besides probably the pretzel. I mean, you're talking Mickey's ice cream bar has been around for
ever.
Eons.
And beignets, are sleepers too. I mean, that's a tough thing because I could see if a beignet moves on over the ice cream bar, that's a true upset. And I could see the beignets smashing through the up until the final 4. Well, I really could.
I don't see beignets getting past the festival booths.
And here's
those two are going to go head to head pretty early on. But without looking too far forward.
Yeah, I'm taking the ice cream bars.
Bar in it in my head is that it's iconic because I don't even like ice cream bars, to be real with you.
Man,
so
I get one.
Bars. Are you down for that?
I am. I always get an ice cream bar when I'm at the park. I try to. It's one of the most iconic foods, and it's like I remember as a kid you used to be able to buy them. Now, if you had the back in the day like Mickey, like the popsicles. Remember the popsicles when you were kids, but it had all the characters. Yeah. Like if you had those on there against ice cream bars, I don't think ice cream bars would win, to be honest.
So, guys, we have gone through.
We didn't have a single poll.
All the first round picks, and we agreed on all the food choices.
Food choices.
Now, let's just go over the polls real quick, and then we'll wrap this bad boy up so we can get on to next week's round 2 matchups.
Round 2.
Where now the selections are shorter, but the debates are going to be longer.
Yep.
First poll, the Disney fireworks, all the shows, versus a single lamp.
A single lamp. Waltz lamp.
But the lamp.
The lamp.
Important lamp. Then we've got the Disney bubble, which I am in favor of versus the Jungle Cruise.
Hey, Jungle Cruise, man.
And I'm also in favor of the Jungle Cruise. It just got a terrible first round matchup, man.
It did. It really did.
We got Guardian of the Galaxy versus Splash / Tiana's Bayou.
Yeah.
It only to me, if the selection was Tiana's Bayou, I think it's a pretty easy choice. But since it put the Splash Mountain lore in there and it's talking about the ride itself, what it's been through, its history, it makes it a pretty interesting matchup. And then we got to the movies where we could not get on the same page.
No, gosh, no.
Black Pearl versus Inside Out poll, Frozen versus Coco poll, A New Hope versus Moana poll.
Man, that's
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're
good.
We're fine.
Well, we'll have a poll a day starting this next week up until the next show, and we'll give you the results of those polls on the show. Our brackets will be filled in, and we will make sure this bracket gets posted on the Instagram. Now, before we get out of here, Josh, you want to run the sponsors or you want me to?
You go ahead, man. You go ahead. I jumped us in the beginning, so you go ahead and finish this off.
So check it out, guys. We have some great sponsors. I always start off with the wonderful and elegant Kim Dunn. Yes, the one and only travel agent that does all our travel. Josh's beautiful wife, Kim. She does magic done right. Yes, check her out on Instagram. Hit her up for all your Disney needs, travel needs, whatever you have. I'll be hitting her up real soon because I'm going to Seattle with my mom in April. And check this out. I'm going to need a hotel. Guess who I'm going to? My resident travel agent. I could do it myself. I know I was a travel agent at one time, but you know what? I want to help my sister out because guess what? She is my buddy's wife, and I like hooking my agents up the best way I can because I know I liked it when I was doing it. And I love what she does. She's helped me in the past. She's helped other wonderful people on their vacations, and she will treat you right. Now, another good friend, we showed it on last week's show. We showed the Walt Disney autograph that I got from our good buddy Lou over at Two Marines Through Disney. I mentioned him earlier on, getting into Club 33 by the powers that be at the top of the Disney realm. But he does Disney Antiquities, my friends. And if you want to find a Walt Disney autograph like mine or anything, opening day maps from both parks, whatever you're looking for, he has found, and this is a find that I didn't bring up recently, he found original opening day Disneyland tobacco from the tobacco store. Still in the package with its pipe tobacco and everything. Still sealed up. Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, stuff like that. He'll find it. Check him out, twomarinesthroughdisney@gmail.com. You have our good friends over at Signs of Amusement. Yes, Signs of Amusement. Yes, they do this fun little thing called What's That Trivia. I was the winner, as you can see. Winner, chicken dinner. Yes. However, we did get them on board as a sponsor, and they have signs, they have trivia, they do YouTube, they do this, they do that. But most of all, they're a proud sponsor of this show. And if you need a sign from any of the attractions at the park, at any of the parks, they can do that for you. So check them out at signsofamusement.com and check them out Monday, Friday, Saturdays, and every last Sunday of the month at youtube.com, or check them out on Instagram. They'll give you the 411 on what they have going on YouTube. Then we have our wonderful friend Matthew O'Brien, who does the Skullface Project. Yes, Skullface Project does a lot of our shirts over at operationmagic.printful.me. I've released a couple new ones the last month or so. There's one that wasn't an O'Brien special, but that is one that we designed. That is our Finding Vino. Just keep pouring, baby. Just keep pouring. We usually have our hoodies on. You can get our official merch over at operationmagic.printful.me. And thank you to Matthew O'Brien for doing our shirts. So I think that's it. Yeah, I think we're out of here.
I think that's it. Remember, you guessed the bracket perfectly. 50 pesos straight to you.
Oh, dollars. Pesos. Dollars. Not pesos. That's not a lot of money, man.
I don't think anybody's going to get it. It's going to be very hard. If I had to have guessed what we would have picked just for the first round, I would have been wrong already.
I would have been done, yeah. Getting a perfect bracket is damn near impossible.
Yeah, which is why I said $50. I think the final closing to me is I'm looking at these matchups and I'm thinking that I'm thinking that
I only see two ones making it to the Final Four in my head.
yeah, I think the food category as a whole is going to get decimated by the movie category.
Yeah.
Whatever semifinal matchup it is. So
Yeah.
if you're talking Lion King or Aladdin or Toy Story or Frozen or somebody like that makes it to the semifinal against Dole Whip or Ice Cream Bar or whatever, it's just not enough.
No.
That's the other thing. But the other side of the bracket, dude,
I can
is
see
going to be very, very interesting.
I can see Walt's bench making it all the way to the Final Four.
I will have we will have a fun time debating Walt's bench versus cast members and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
it'll be fun. It'll be a good time.
It'll be fun. All right. Well, we'll catch you guys on the next one.
Hey, for Josh, I'm James, and we're out.
See ya.
All right, squad, listen up. You already know who we are. We are the Operation Magic Podcast. Disney loving, dad run, veteran built. Every week, we're here bringing you that magic straight to the veins. And now we've got something even bigger. It's official, guys. The Operation Magic merch. Those t-shirts, those hoodies, the mugs, stickers, you name it. All Disney inspired, all made for the Operation Magic squad. This isn't just gear. This is the uniform. You throw this on, you're not just a fan. You're a part of the family. Every piece supports this show, keeps the mission alive, and helps us keep bringing laughs, the stories, and the magic every single week. So what are you waiting for? Hit operationmagic.printful.me right now. Grab your gear and show the world who you are rolling with. Operation Magic. Rep the magic. Rep the squad.